Hey everybody, and welcome to the Zero Suicide Initiative Philosophies of Care introduction video. My name's Adam Graham. Thank you so much for joining us, for engaging with this video content. You've probably already heard about the Zero Suicide Initiative, and to be sure, there's a lot that's going to be coming out about what it is and what services will be provided with the Zero Suicide Initiative. But for today, we want to take a moment to look at what's most important in how we provide care with the philosophies of care. So I'm joined by an incredible group today, and let them introduce themselves as they represent just a great range of voices and perspectives as we talk about this important subject matter today.
Hi, I'm Kayla Height. I'm a licensed professional counselor with Centerstone.
All right, I'm Shane Coleman. I'm the Chief Psychology Officer for Centerstone's Research Institute.
I'm Susan Seaborn. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a clinic manager at Centerstone.
I am Paul D. Paul, a patient at Centerstone.
I'm Miracle Walker, and I am also a client at Centerstone.
So what I'd like for our time today is have Shane introduce a couple or one of the philosophies, and then open up to the group from your unique perspective and your voice to hear about the reflections you have on this, reactions you have to this, any examples that come to mind about this. Or if you want to speak to why you think this may be important in how Centerstone operates. I mean, we really would love to hear from you.
So the first set of these philosophies of care is based on our commitment to our clients, right? So there's three different pieces that we really need to hold dear to have a good commitment to clients that focuses on a zero suicides perspective. So the first one is honor. And when we say honor, we mean honoring that each client comes to us with their own autonomy, their own personhood, that we want to walk alongside. You all have your perspectives, your own thoughts, your own behaviors. We can't control, what anybody does or wants to do. You're coming to us for help, and we want to walk alongside you. When I think of the second one, it is really honesty. So honesty, being honest with our clients, it seems like so on the face. Obviously, you want to be honest with your clients, but a lot of times some things get in the way, right? Some things get in the way of us being completely transparent. But it's really important for us to be transparent about what we're going to do in certain situations. So when it comes to a client that may have suicidal thoughts or maybe thinking about attempting suicide, what do we do with those thoughts? When are we thinking about inpatient care? And how do we have conversations surrounding that? That's a really important aspect to being honest about what we're doing in the session. And the last thing I think about is hope. So conveying hope and hope not only just for the future, but hope for growth and hope for the end to our pain, and that we all really embody that together as clinicians and as clients, that we all have that hope. When I think of all these three things together, that's really how we walk alongside our clients on a day-to-day basis and can really guide our treatment and interventions together.
Yeah, so honor, honesty, and hope is this commitment to our clients. Let me open it up to the group. I'm curious of what you hear in that, what stands out to you, or any thoughts you have on this.
One thing that I like about the honor aspect is that when I'm in my sessions, whether it be group or individual, I'm always made sure that my feelings are valid and that I'm not going off the deep end. And when I feel like my feelings are justified, I don't feel like I have to hide anything, which kind of piggyback on the honesty. So if I'm completely honest with my caregivers, we can sit down and we can create a care plan that's going to be the best tool that I have in my coping skills.
I also think that we as clinicians need to be honored every time that we're chosen, that somebody is honest about those difficult thoughts with us, and that we can instill hope by providing evidence-based treatments and individualized treatment plans or safety plans.
I think that's so well said. And what I'm hearing is that this is really foundational, that without honor being in the room and being received both ways, without there being honesty in the room and a real connection, and without a sense of hope and direction, that you're really not going to build much else. Like there's not going to be a lot that happens in the room without those three things. And you've given some really good examples of some specifics of how this can look, but curious if there's any other examples of what honor and honesty and hope either can look like or has looked like from y'all's experience.
I think in terms of honesty also, there are times that we're not able to safety plan, and we do have to discuss inpatient hospitalization. And how can we honor that therapeutic relationship so that you want to come back to us after the inpatient treatment? Absolutely.
So those are some really great examples, particularly looking at the honesty and the honor part of those values. I'm curious, leaning into this last one of hope, if there's examples that have come to mind of what this can tangibly look like in day-to-day life for y'all.
There's no way to define a future if you're not there for it. And it's, everybody's really focused on making sure you stay there for it, stay alive, stay safe. And it's just been really helpful, to me to kind of develop my own path, I guess, and feel supported the whole time and kind of directed in ways that need to be. But I know personally I'm still trying to define hope, and it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle.
For me, it's just the hope. It just reminds me that suicide is permanent, but the issues that we struggle with are temporary. So with the aspect of all three components, it's just like, okay, let's identify what this problem is, see how we can help you work through this, because it's not gonna last forever. Like, you won't have to be on these meds forever. You won't necessarily have to be in groups or individual forever, but as long as you need it, we're here. So that lets me know that if I commit suicide today, I won't wake up tomorrow, and that's it. But if I lean on these people, if I use my supports given, if I use all of my tools, I'll have the strength to be able to get through another day. So that's what it is to me personally, is the will and the motivation to go on, because I know that there are better days ahead. And suicide is so final, suicide is so permanent, so finite. But these rough times, these situations, they are not. So just hope it's allowing me to get through these rough patches, these rough days, so I can be around for the good ones as well.
So there's an aspect that, as you both really beautifully put, there's an aspirational aspect of this. Like, man, this is something I'm trying to walk towards, but it's hard. And in one angle where it's about perspective and getting a different approach on it. And I'm curious, Kayla and Susan, like, just kind of how you hear that and how you respond to that.
We are, and especially as Paul and both Miracle were talking, one of the things that I was thinking of is, like, as clinicians, like, I know me and Susan, we are constantly working to give that hope. That is an everyday, every session thing. That's a process, because a lot of people do come to us hopeless. And it's a process. And, like Paul, like, you are still much in the journey. And we are right here beside you. And so, like, it's a constant process, and it's something that evolves each time we have contact with someone.